This is the Conversation Havers Podcast with your hosts, Collin Hayes and Trey Cromartie.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Conversation Havers Podcast, episode 21. This is Trey.
No, I'm Collin.
I wasn't done talking, okay?
Oh, okay.
Why would you...
I'm so sorry.
Why would you cut in like that? JK.
Bold of you to assume.
JK,
Yeah,
I'm done.
Tony's back.
This is Tony. I was on episode 5.
Yeah, episode 5.
Hey, Tony, episode 5.
Tony Mano.
And you were our first guest, right?
No, he was our third guest.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was
Damn.
Grant, then Jacob, then him. You were the first
Damn.
person we put on our guest wish list, though.
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
that's what I
I'm
was
honored.
thinking of.
Yeah, we were like, hey, who should we have as a guest? First person, I was like, Tony's a fucking nerd. He'd be interesting.
Damn, you
I like
just
to think so.
disrespected you. You're just going to take that?
you know.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's a compliment.
Anyway, so this is the 21st episode, so we're obviously all hammered out of our minds right now.
Yeah,
In
definitely.
celebration.
I have a margarita with me right
Yes. I've had 3 glasses of wine, and I'm so tipsy right now.
You see, he says glasses, but I watched him drink them. They were more like shot glasses.
now. Of wine?
Yeah, it was pretty
You
pathetic.
took shots of wine? Is that a
Dude, have you
thing?
never tried shots of wine?
I can't say I have.
Dude, it's the best way to feel nothing at all.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like that would just be interesting. But anyways, I just wanted to start this off with a continuation of the long-running saga that has to do with me eating chocolate and sneezing. But this time we don't have any chocolate, but I do have 2 Mentos Pure Fresh Mint with green tea extract ingredients. Xylitol chewing
the dark
gum
blue
base
Mentos.
sorbitol mannitol glycerin maple syrup maltodextrin artificial flavors contains less than I'm not gonna read it. I was reading all of the text, all of the ingredients, but and to introduce this, since we're talking about sneezing, I wanted to just open this up with a random fact, and that is, it is impossible to sneeze with your eyes open.
It's a fucking bet. I'm gonna do it right now.
Do it.
Force a sneeze.
Get some chocolate.
Do it.
Yeah.
No, you don't need no shit. Sneeze right now.
It's not happening, man. I can't sneeze.
Guess what?
I've got stage fright.
Pathetic.
I just did it.
Damn, what a legend.
And you saw, I didn't even blink. Okay. So I'm going to pop 2 of these gums real quick. These gumdrops. You feel me? Do y'all want any gum?
I think I'm good for
No,
the
I'm
moment.
good.
Do you want any gum, listener? I'm shaking it. Do you
Smash
want some?
like if you want some gum. We will
Okay.
show up to your house and give you a single piece of gum. Oh, do that nice and close to the microphone.
I'm trying to stack them on top of each other and then get one big crunch.
He hasn't
Ooh.
chewed him yet, just so you know, listener.
Oh,
Sounded like biting on some scorpions or some shit.
awesome.
Which, I don't know why, but I made the choice that scorpions are the one crazy-ass food that I want to go overseas and eat.
You can have scorpions in Texas, man.
Fuck that. I want to do it somewhere crazier.
Like
so it's
Saudi
more
Arabia.
memorable. Yeah, but except I don't really want to go to Saudi Arabia.
That's fair.
Do you want the United Arab Emirates?
Yeah.
It's where they got the
Yes,
real tall
Dubai.
towers.
I just got to do my research, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Research on where's the best place to eat scorpions. When I was 11, I bought a lollipop with a scorpion in it from,
Did you know it had a scorpion?
yeah, I saw, it was see-through. It was like strawberry with scorpion.
Oh, so you was crazy like that.
No, I mean, I didn't
I've
eat
always
it all
wanted
the
one
way
of those
through.
lollipops.
I ate it at first, but once it started getting close to the scorpion, I was like, nah.
I'm really pissed because sometimes whenever I chew this gum, the mint really overloads my system and I have to sneeze. But
But not this time.
not quite there.
Once again, you have
Tragic.
stage fright.
Yeah, either that or people are gonna think I'm lying or something. But
Look,
we
I gotta
finally
say-
have. We didn't bring this up whenever Tony was first here.
I also sneeze when I eat chocolate.
Ooh.
But he said it's the same
not-
circumstances. It's only like the first bite.
Yeah.
and like it's only like one sneeze, and then you can keep eating and you won't sneeze.
So this isn't
Completely
just
fine
a
after
weird
that.
personal quirk. This is a thing that people have.
I
Apparently-
knew there was someone else out there, and
I'm the
happy-
minority in the room right now.
Yeah,
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel discriminated against.
Well, you are. We're judging you real hard right now.
Okay. Well, anyways, so
but yeah.
stage fright against. One day, I guess one day we'll get a
Hershey's
proper
Kiss.
Hershey Kiss in here.
Yeah, but once
Try
again,
I
I don't
wish
know.
I could be here.
Once
Yeah.
again, I don't know where to find a singular Hershey's Kiss because I don't want to buy more than one.
Well, if you had told me, I could have brought some.
Damn.
Yeah, no, this
right
happens
there in
every
the
time we
house.
try to do this. We just don't plan ahead at all.
I mean, it's also not that serious,
Yeah.
but it will. It
One
will
day
get
it will
done
happen.
one day.
I think in the first episode or the first time you tried it, you were like, yeah, maybe by episode 100 we'll do it. And when you first said that, I was like, we're going to do it sooner than that. But we're
Little over
21%
one-fifth
percent of the way there and
Yeah.
still haven't. So maybe it will be episode 100.
Nah, man. Nah. It can't be. Okay, are y'all sure you don't want any gum?
Yeah, no.
Pretty sure, yeah.
I want it to be like messing with my flow, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how loud this is, so like, you know, I'm just gonna keep
do
chilling.
it nice and loud.
Can you blow a bubble for our listeners?
Yep. With this particular type of gum, I can't really, but I'll try. I'll try, and I'll blow it on the mic.
Okay.
All right, this is just for y'all, so listen up real good. He hasn't begun the process yet, just so you know.
He's
I'm
loosening
prepping
it up
it.
real
I'm
good.
prepping it.
This is what you clicked on this episode to listen to.
Extreme gum chewing. Okay.
Extreme gum chewing.
All right,
Ooh.
he's getting ready.
Fuck.
Oh,
Okay. Failed attempt.
All right, take two. Take two. Blow it right into the microphone.
Give me a sec.
okay. He just did the thing where you stick your tongue
I
into it.
fucked up.
Messed up.
It's. I'm telling you, it's too.
It's too
It
thick?
rips too
Oh.
easy. It's not.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That's not the point. It's a minty gum. It's meant to
Not
just
a
give you
bubble
mint.
gum.
Yeah, it's not a
hubba
bubble gum.
bubba.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wait, but I'll try one more time.
Okay, one more time.
Oh, we got a good setup here.
Drum roll.
All right.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay,
It
so
was a
that's
bubble. I saw it.
Yeah.
It was maybe the smallest one I've ever seen in my life, but it was there.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Okay, do y'all want to talk about deaf people being way too prideful?
yes. What
Well,
a
I can't hear
segue.
what you say, so why not?
Yeah, I was about to say, take that, deaf people. You're not listening to this.
Yeah, that's the thing. They can't get mad. They can't get mad at us.
What are they going to say? Like, oh, I listened to your podcast the other day, and I noticed that you were making fun of deaf people.
I'm not making fun of them. I'm just
We
pointing
are right
something
now.
out. Okay, yeah, but okay. Here's the thing. When I was in ASL, we watched like documentaries about deaf people, and it's from what I learned, it's a very real thing that they are very prideful. And before the podcast, we were talking about cochlear implants, which is like Tony brought it up, and it's like if you have any type of hearing, a cochlear implant can like amplify it. You know, it just makes it louder. It doesn't necessarily make the sound quality any better, but it does make things louder. But yeah, but like it's kind of a taboo thing. Like if a deaf person has deaf children and they choose to get that, they like there's a chance that like a large part of the deaf community will like kind of not fuck with them anymore, which is like goofy as hell in my opinion.
That's fucking
like,
crazy. Like, imagine, like, walking down the street and saying hi to your friend, and your parents are just like, no, he's wearing fucking glasses, Timmy. Like, you don't talk to him.
we only
You should
fuck with
just
people.
squint.
No. It's someone that doesn't need glasses. It's like a family, and they're like, you only associate people that have bad eyesight, okay? And it's like, I understand the point of like it is good to be prideful. Like, if you're deaf and you still live a full life and, like, it doesn't stop you, that is good, and you should...
That's overcoming adversity.
You should
definitely take pride in that.
You should have pride, and you should be... Yeah, you should be proud of that. But, like, the point where you kind of discriminate and, like, try to... In this particular documentary I watched, it's, like, this family of deaf people, and... One of them, like, I think maybe the mom wants to get the cochlear implants and the dad doesn't. And it's like, I'm sorry, but it will make your child's life objectively, like, better. If it, like, I'm sorry, but, like, and I know you're deaf, but, like, here's the thing. It's called, so, like, if you refer to an actual deaf person, you have to, like, spell the word deaf with a capital D. Because they are actually deaf. But, like, you can be a part of the deaf community, but you have to use a capital or a lowercase d to, like, represent yourself.
Damn, they're on some fucking caste system shit. Like, that's...
Yeah, this is a very weird thing to start the podcast out with, but it just kind of, like, we were talking about it.
Yeah,
and,
like...
yeah.
I couldn't imagine, like... My kid's just like, I want to hear, and I'm like, well, you can't hear, Timmy, because we have pride.
I have a hard time imagining, like, a kid who did get cochlear implants when they're, like, 15 or 16 being like, dang, wish I could have gone through just, like, not hearing all this stuff.
Well, it's like, the main problem would be if you met other deaf people and they were somehow discriminate, like, oh, you got a cochlear implant? Like, it's like, the thing is, it is very expensive, so, like, you know... Like, if you can afford it, it's like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just remember we had, like, a debate in class, and it was fucking goofy. Like, there was a bunch of kids that were just like, want to be on the right side of history. Like, I'm siding with the deaf people. And it's like, fuck you. Like, if you can afford it, get your fucking ears fixed or amplified.
Yeah. Or just, like, at least respect other people's decision, too, you know?
Yeah, don't, like, act like you're better than them because you decided to not hear anything. Like, it's like, it sounds so stupid. But, like, and like I said, I don't know how much of the deaf community is like that, but, like...
Yeah, if you're deaf and you're listening to this, let us know.
I mean, there could be... Is there, like... Does YouTube do, like...
They can
closed captions.
Yeah, they can auto-generate, like, subtitles and stuff.
Yeah, so whatever deaf person is out there spending their days reading podcasts, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just blew a bubble for real that time.
Ooh.
But it was a tiny one, so...
I still saw it. That was impressive.
Okay, so we have talked about gum and deaf people. What else?
Well, okay. So one thing I'm just loving these transitions, Trey. So one thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that people are actually going, like, fucking insane over the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen the memes, but I've don't really have any experience with people in real life going crazy over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the sandwich has been out for over a year, but people just now found out about it. Because I think
Is it really?
Yeah, I went to a Popeyes, and they were like, yeah, we're out. And, like, my sister called, like, Popeyes in the area, and, like, every single one of them are out. And it's like...
Maybe they, like, recently revamped it.
Well, someone said that it's, like, from Twitter. Like, pretty much they, like, added Chick-fil-a, and they were like, yo, our sandwich is better than yours. And then everyone was like, oh, shit, whose is actually better? And then, like...
I guess. I thought they just... made a new chicken sandwich.
I did too.
It's kind of crazy because that sort of means that they had a sandwich for a year and nobody bought it.
Well, I mean, people were buying it, but it wasn't popular like this. You know what I mean? It wasn't Popeyes-ular.
Yeah.
That was horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what you were trying to say.
Popeyes-ular, like kind of popular in Popeyes.
Oh, that was.
It was rough. It was very rough. But as soon as I got them sandwiches, I will try them because I do.
I have tried them.
How was it?
I will say it was pretty good, but like
it's a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I mean it's in a very above average chicken sandwich. I don't know why people are saying it's better than Chick-fil-a, because that's just false.
Really? Okay, so
Chick-
you just took a hardline stance.
I mean, I guess.
Okay.
I just think Chick-fil-a is the Lord's chicken, and that,
They put
I'm
something
telling you-
in that damn chicken.
Yeah.
Like,
The people who say that the Popeyes chicken sandwich are better are probably the people who say that they think the deaf people should stay deaf.
oh, damn. We got all sorts of hot takes flying left and right. We're in a fucking war zone. But I don't know. My thinking is, like I said, I haven't tried it, but Chick-fil-A has that taste. Like,
Yeah.
the taste of their chicken is
You
just
know they made it
fucking
with
crack.
love.
You know what I mean?
That chicken lived a full and happy life.
Mm-hmm. And that chicken got massages at night. Like,
It's
no
like
bullshit.
it's the Wagyu beef of chicken.
The what?
The Wagyu.
Do you know what Wagyu beef is?
No, I do
No.
not.
Okay, so Wagyu beef, it's from Japan, and it's like the premium. Like, if you get a fucking steak made from Wagyu beef,
It's like grass-fed.
oh, it's like grass fed on crack.
Okay.
So like,
Does that mean the grass was fed by crack?
no.
No.
So,
The
What
cow
happens-
was given crack.
of course. So what
That
happened
grass.
was, basically, somebody was like, "What happens? Like, is cow gonna taste better if the cow lives a good life?" And somebody was like, "Let's test it out." And so these cows live for 3 years, and I'm not fucking making this up. They live for 3 years with, like, the entire time they're getting, like, massages, and, like, they're very comfortable.
They get
They're
told
getting-
like positive things. So
Yeah.
like, you're looking good today.
They listen to Mozart.
No,
and
I'm not
Beethoven
even
all day
bullshitting
long.
you. Like,
Yeah, no, they do. They listen to, like, Mozart and classical music,
what the fuck?
and they get fed, like, the highest, best food for cows, whatever the hell it is. And they sip sake.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What the
And
fuck?
so, like, this cow lived a better life than you did.
Damn. I mean, that's
And
true.
so, like, what
I don't get to
happens...
sip sake.
Yeah.
Dang.
What happens is they then, they kill these cows. I'm guessing
Obviously.
in, like, a humane way. Or, like, maybe there's
It
a
has to
different...
be like instant. Like,
Yeah, there's probably a different way in which they kill these cows. But I don't know. And then the meat is so much, like, better. It's so much, like, more tender and flavorful.
Damn.
Because, like, your average steak that you have, like, a cow, or, like, if you get a steak from, like, Walmart or some crap,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be, like, a corn-fed, like, just...
Sitting in a cage,
Yeah,
probably
sitting
eating
in-
its own shit.
Yeah. That's the kind of cow that you're going to be getting.
Yeah, you want that poo-poo meat?
So,
or do
like-
you want that good massage meat?
Exactly. You go to a 5-star restaurant and you get like a Wagyu beef filet mignon. That's going to be like $250,000.
What?
Yeah.
Damn. And some of the best fucking steak you've ever eaten.
Yeah. I mean, you can get it for cheaper. Like I think they sell Wagyu beef at HEB for like $35-40 a pound.
Okay.
But that's not
But,
the
like,
premium.
If you're
parts
going
of
to
the
like a
meat.
steakhouse and stuff like that and you get Wagyu beef, you better be ready to pull out the hundreds. Like,
Damn.
that's that premium shit.
Yeah, that's some flexing food right there. Like,
Yeah, I don't
that's
know
how
about
you
that.
flex on people.
I'm not sure how good a steak would have to be to justify.
I've had
I
I've had a
think-
Wagyu beef steak before at Killin Steakhouse.
Mhm.
Which, if you don't know what that is, it's
It's like world famous.
it's the guy, I think his name is George Killin. He was George, or
And he
maybe
was
not George
killing
His
them
Killin.
name
cows.
was Killen.
No, yeah.
And
Wow,
he was
that
killing.
is
Maybe not
a
George
name
Killen.
of someone destined to open a restaurant.
Yeah, something Killin, and he was George Bush's personal chef in the White House.
Damn.
And then after that, he came down, or maybe he was from Pearland, and he opened up a steakhouse there.
So this is kind of like on Corey in the House. Like
Yeah, it's like
Corey's
that.
Dad.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
He was that guy, yeah.
Do you think Mr. Killen had a son who did wacky antics in Washington D.C. and like
Maybe.
got to mess around?
His
So
son.
maybe his name is
started the
Ronnie
best anime.
Killen. It's something like that. I keep
Ronnie
forgetting.
Killen, that's so awesome.
It's something like that. Anyways, but I had a steak there on my 18th birthday, Wagyu beef, and it was worth it. I mean, I didn't pay. My dad paid for it, but like,
So it was extra worth it for you.
yeah, like I was living it up. Anyway,
Well,
so
what
the
I mean
reason,
is-
hold up, the reason why I bring this up in the first place
Why did you bring it up?
is because that's what Chick-fil-A chicken is.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're getting back.
Yeah.
I completely
bringing it
forgot
back.
that was the starting point for all this.
Yeah. So
Oh.
bringing it all the way back, that's what Chick-fil-A chicken is.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was, so like Chick-fil-A has the taste, and they've got like the lightness, I guess you could say, and like it's fried in the peanut oil, and it's like it's got all that, but like I feel like Popeyes has like the crispiness
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the more unhealthy side, the you know
More indulgent.
yeah. So
Sinners
like
and saints, bro.
what?
I said sinners and saints, man.
Yeah, shit. Popeyes is the devil.
Yeah, but it tastes good.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, honestly, I don't ever eat Popeyes. Like,
I
that
don't-
one day I went there and got a number 11, but like...
I don't know. 2 for Tuesdays were like a national holiday on the football team because it's like 2 chicken strips, not chicken strips, wings, or God, I can't think of it. Drumsticks. Then a biscuit and a drink, and it was like $2 for that.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. And so every Tuesday they had that, so the whole football team would be going to Popeyes on Tuesdays, and it was great.
Yeah, I personally like KFC just for like the famous bowls and shit, and their fucking wedges, fries.
The thing that gets me about KFC, though, is that their modern commercials are just so weird.
Yeah, I mean, all ads kind of suck though. Like,
I do
Yeah, but
kind of
like-
like the KFC trope of just like,
But Colonel Sanders was like a real person.
yeah,
It's a little
they just
bit
get a
played
different
out.
person. It is, but then sometimes somebody new will, like, they got the mountain to be the colonel.
what?
Yeah,
That doesn't
you
make
didn't-
any sense.
You didn't see that?
I mean, it's not supposed to
No,
make
it was
sense.
for the mountain was the colonel for like 2 or 3 commercials because they were advertising their new bigger chicken baskets or whatever.
Oh.
So they were like, he was like, "I big colonel for big chicken."
It's just like, I feel like the Colonel still has like Surviving Family who have to watch that.
Who gives a fuck? They're
Or, like,
millionaires.
Norm
They're a part
McDonald's.
of a like conglomerate. Like they got money. They don't give a fuck. Disrespect my fucking dead ass great grandfather. I don't give a shit. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid.
Reba McEntire was the colonel.
Oh, okay. That's
What
some
happened?
that's some good shit. I fuck
Yeah.
with Reba.
So like, that I don't know. That's weird, but yeah, I could. Famous bowls are like one of the single most slept on fast food creations on earth.
Famous bowls are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Anyways.
everyone tells me the red beans and rice at Popeyes are really really good.
Yeah.
But I've only had a single bite, and I mean it was red beans and rice. Like it was just.
I've had Popeyes on for Mardi Gras. Like I have
Interesting decision.
family that was from New Orleans, and so they'd always get a shit ton of Popeyes for it. Be like that, and one of those cakes with the fucking baby in it.
Who do you think
King
would?
cake?
Wait,
Yeah,
Who do
that's choking hazard, dude.
Just don't swallow it.
I like, especially back then. I ate fast, man. Like,
I eat
It's a little
fast
it's
as
a little baby Jesus.
yeah.
You can't swallow a little baby Jesus.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
I eat fast as shit nowadays. It's kind of I try like I'll promise myself I'm like okay, I'm not going to scarf this meal down in
Like
like.
take it nice and slow.
But then I need like maybe one bite. I like take the bite and I'm like sitting there chewing it and it's like, all right,
Time
and
to
then I'm
dig
just
in.
like.
Lord, forgive me for what I must do.
I'm about to go back to my old ways. But I was just gonna say, who do y'all think would win in a fight? I guess we'd have to choose a specific colonel, but the woman on the Popeyes commercials is like, I'm making your chicken, like it's fucking
Yeah.
home style Louisiana, it's good shit. And like, do you think she would win? Or I mean, like I said, we'd have to choose a
I
colonel.
was about to say, I don't think she'd beat the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be real. You're right.
I don't think she'd beat the OG Colonel because he's a Colonel.
And well,
What?
no, she'd beat him. He's dead.
I mean, he was old as shit.
Be pretty
No, but
easy.
like he's
We
still
were like,
Colonel. Like
when we were born, that man was old.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
when
he
we were
was
born,
dead.
he was dead.
What?
Yeah, I think he died in like
No.
the 80s, right?
I think he died in like the 80s.
I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
But y'all just keep running through.
I would definitely
She would
take
definitely
her.
beat the extra crispy kernel.
Yeah.
Extra crispy kernel. I'm not that accustomed to the KFC universe.
Just
you know what I mean?
remember
The
when
KCU or KFCU.
expanded universe.
God.
I would easily take her over Reba Colonel.
Oh, definitely. It wouldn't even be close.
Sorry,
That's where I'm
Queen
gonna have
Reba.
to stop you. I'm sorry. Reba kind of wins that one.
What makes you
That's
say that?
Because I'm a Reba stan.
Oh.
How do you
Alright,
spell
there's no-
Colonel? I know it's really weird. It's like
It's
Connell.
Collonel.
I'm legitimately.
Colonel.
I don't know. I'm interested to
Sanders.
learn when he died.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna let y'all guess.
I'm gonna say like 94. No, 87.
I'm gonna say 88.
Ooh.
All right, his name was. Wait, was his fucking first name Colonel?
No, he was a colonel.
It says Colonel Hardland Sanders, so I guess his first name was Hardland. What? Because it says his official name is Colonel Hardland Sanders. Was his name Colonel?
He might have
Don't
changed
believe
it.
so, but let's check.
But also, Colonel is
You know?
like kind of an official title. so-
Okay, he was born in 1890,
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
and he died. Wait, what are y'all's guesses again?
Well,
I might have
change
to
our
change
guesses.
it.
I'm gonna go down to 1982.
Let's say 84.
Okay, it's 1980. So,
Oh.
so
All right.
Damn, so Colonel
Yeah, man
Sanders
was
is
long
big
dead.
dead.
By the time we were.
what the fuck was it? I think his real name was just Colonel.
He was destined for the role, man.
He was. In the book Catch-22, there's a character whose name is Major Major, and he's in the army and he's a major.
Major.
Major Major Major. And his middle name is also Major, so he's actually Major 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 Major.
my brother knew this guy named Collins.
That's brutal.
I'd love that name. That'd be hilarious.
It's not even like you're hinting at something. It's like Collins. What? Like,
Oh. No, it's just Collins.
like that's his actual like
Mm-hmm.
God-given name. You remember hearing about that girl in middle school named LaDasha?
Oh,
And her name
yeah.
was L.A., then a literal fucking dash, then another A.
That's amazing.
Well, what bothered me most about that is that I'm pretty sure it was actually a hyphen and not a dash.
Lahaifena.
La hyphena.
That's a pretty cool name. That sounds like a Greek goddess or some shit. Like a
LaDasha?
Mexican Greek goddess.
Like an Aztec goddess.
Yeah, that.
No, I heard about this kid, like, literally just today or, like, yesterday. And his name is DeColdis. And I forget, it's like DeColdis Williams. And people were like, huh, like, what is this about this guy's name? And they looked it up, and his middle name is To Ever Do It. So his name is like, The Coldest to Ever Do It, or The Coldest to Ever Do It Williams, or something
That's
like that.
fucking amazing.
Like,
Man.
that is his God-given name, and it's
Wait,
great.
We're down here playing checkers for names. They're playing chess.
I was about to say, we're just, like, on that, like, oh, my daughter's name is Kaylee, and it's spelled KEIGHYEIGHLEIGHY.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay,
No, I don't like how every single girl has like the same middle name on social media. They'll be like
Lynn.
Savannah Rebecca Anderson or
I
whatever.
feel like
the fuck.
Lynn is a very popular
Yeah,
middle
yeah.
name.
with two N's.
Yeah, two N's. And then if you want to take it to the extreme, it's with two N's and an E.
Whoa.
Ah. I'm thinking of completely reversing the trend and replacing, like, instead of just taking the Y's out of everything, you know?
Yeah.
Make it, like, just LN, Lynn.
What about naming your kid Z? The letter Z.
I'm with it.
That would be kind
Z?
of cool.
I knew a guy whose name was V.
For real?
Yeah.
Like his legal name?
Yeah, his legal name was V. He was Vietnamese.
But that's not as cool as Z.
It's not as cool as
Literally the letter Z.
You know there were
fuck with
8
that.
babies in 2018 that were born named Thanos.
That's terrible.
That's a lot to live
But
up
the next
to.
year there were only 4.
What?
Said I bet the next year there's only 4.
Wait, what's the joke behind that?
God damn it.
No, for like I'm just kind of like he got rid of himself or something.
They got snaps because they go in half. He snaps in half, the universe disappears.
I don't know.
Anyways, my problem with the name Thanos isn't that it's a bad name. It's just imagine having to live up to that.
Yeah,
We're
we're
like imagine meeting a kid named Thanos and he's a punk bitch. Like
Like one of those really short, scrawny kids.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, what about like, especially with my last name? What about like, first name Chris, middle name Cross, Cromarty?
Crisscross Cromarty.
That would be kind of fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean,
Mm.
I
Or like Blackbeard. I want to name my kid, or I mean like, okay, Z I'm actually kind of like seriously considering because that would be like cool, but like, or like, oh.
I definitely want to name one of my kids Anakin.
What if your name instead of Collin was like Holland? So that's like Holland Hayes.
That sounds horrible. I've heard of people with the last name Hollins.
Yeah, I mean, that's a last name.
Yeah,
Like,
but,
your
like-
last name can be anything. Like, you could be fucking, like, Sturgis.
Sturgis Smitherwick.
Ooh, Sturgis Stoudemire.
Ooh.
That's a good
What
one.
the fuck?
Dang.
What the hell is he up to?
Sounds like a Harry Potter name or something. Like
That's good as heck. That would be like a wizard cop name.
Sturgis Stoudemire.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
on some bullshit right now.
So anyway, let's get off of this. So we went to an arcade earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, and I'm talking like straight up 80s style arcade.
Yeah.
Or me and Trey did. Sorry, Tony.
I'm
Yeah, we purposefully left you out.
Yeah, we were like,
Yeah, that's a real
fuck
bummer.
Tony. We know he'd love this, and we're not bringing him.
We could call him, but...
But no, so we went to like an 80s style arcade, and let me tell you, like, I wasn't even alive, but I missed the 80s.
Yeah, the thought of like, I've watched like a documentary about Street Fighter and like how it started, and it's like that would be really cool to be a young kid and like go up in there and just like try your best, try to beat people in the fucking Street Fighter in the
Yeah.
trenches.
What gets me every time is it's this time of year, football season rolls around,
Yeah.
and I sit down and I watch the Texans suck again for, what is this, going on the 18th year?
I thought they were like
17th.
okay now.
And I always think, gosh dang, I miss the Oilers.
Yeah, but the Oilers left Houston in like
95.
90 yeah,
96.
95.
I think I
that.
like the aesthetic of the Oilers better.
People say that the Oilers have the best football uniform of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And the Titans have no plan on using it. And like the Texans want to use the color
Give it
scheme.
back.
But the Titans own the color scheme.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like the Titans own the NFL rights to that color scheme.
Dog, that would be fucking crazy because the Texans have had the same color scheme this whole time.
Yeah.
So, like, that would be really, really crazy if they just changed it up like that.
Well, I want to see them like change it up for like a special edition jersey. Like not like just change it up completely.
I
but,
want
like,
to, I want the song, Did you ever hear the Oilers fight song?
yeah.
So, we are the Oilers.
It's
We're
like
gonna
a-
drill your shit. We're gonna suck the oil out the earth and then win the game.
You were doing so well till the end, right?
Yeah, the only thing, I would have said something real inappropriate.
Yeah, I could tell where you were going with it. I was like, ooh.
The homoerotic Oilers.
Anyways.
Anyways.
What the hell is happening right now?
No, I thought wait.
Something about the Oilers.
I thought you were gonna say something. Anyway.
Yeah, you said, have you heard their fight song?
Yeah, the fight song's just so good. It's all like, Houston Oilers #1. We're the Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers.
Is that really it? Are you, like, bullshitting me right now?
No, that's the theme song. We've got the offense. We've got the defense.
Okay.
We leave the other team no hope.
So this is one I wish y'all could, like, I wish we were filming this, because, like, I'm kind of...
He's got a groovy little dance.
I want to hear, like, modern Houston put, like, a trap remix on this shit. Like,
Oh, no. If it's Houston, it's got to be like, we gonna win the game, coming down flying. Like, the work, like, the little fucking audio, like, clips, like, reverses a couple times. But, yeah. That'd be kind of we get, like, purple uniforms.
Players walk out with canes.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god! Or they have like
R.I.P. Screw. They have an R.I.P. Screw patch on their jersey.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh god! But no. Anyway, so like this arcade was like, yeah. Back to the arcade. We're taking it back now because I don't know what the hell that was. So this arcade was like legitimately like one of the coolest places I've been in a while. Like,
yeah, and it just kind of like popped up and I saw the sign and I didn't even like buy it at first. I was like, fucking arcade? Like, who the hell is opening up an arcade?
It's gonna go out of business like in the next month.
But we went up there and it was like, it had a good amount of people in there, which I hope that place just stays alive. Like, I really want that to be a staple of Webster, I guess. Yeah,
it's really cool because they were like, all the machines are like property of the owners. Like, they don't buy any of these machines. They're all like, or maybe they buy a few, I don't know. But like, they're almost all owned by like the people who own the company.
Yeah, people who are just collectors.
Yeah,
which is that's one of the weird things of nowadays. You mentioned how the arcade actually seems like it's doing all right, and like, it's weird how much nostalgia sells, especially the people who like
nowadays. Like, hell yeah, half the shit that we make is like based off nostalgia. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're making a fucking
Disney.
Dora movie.
That's weird. They shouldn't do that.
It looks god awful.
Apparently, it's gotten good reviews.
Fuck them.
It's got like an 85 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I can guarantee.
They're all too nostalgic.
Like, I can guarantee you it's a movie, like, that was made and has editing and stuff, but, like, it's nothing, like, it's nothing worth seeing.
I don't know if I'd give it that much.
No, I mean, I don't fucking know. That shit just looks boring more than anything. Like, it doesn't even look so bad that, like, you could cringe at it or anything. I mean, you could definitely cringe at it.
I think you could cringe at it.
Oh, yeah.
But it wouldn't be so bad to where you're like, this movie's horrible. It would just be like, this is fucking boring and just represent, like, it just gives
just want to see... I'm going to, like, pirate it just so I can hear Danny Trejo as Boots.
Is he
Danny
Boots?
Trejo as Boots?
I thought Boots was just a regular monkey in the movie. I didn't know he talked.
No, apparently Danny Trejo's Boots and Benicio del Toro is Swiper.
That's in the section where Dora accidentally eats like
mushrooms.
Yeah.
That happens?
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
No. That would be amazing, though. That would be worth seeing.
That might redeem the movie.
Exactly.
Dora high on drugs. Hell yes.
Is my main question
This is what my childhood has led up to.
I wanted to know, is this just going to be an Indiana Jones ripoff, or how many other characters in the Dora universe are going to be there? Is there going to be...
Diego's there.
Fuck Diego. Is there going to be...
Diego,
because he's a regular ass dude, you know what I mean? Like, he's just a dude. Like, I want to see the troll from under the bridge. I want to see the big red cock. I want to see... Tico the fucking squirrel riding in his little clown car.
Yeah.
And sometimes he's riding like airplanes and shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, Tico's on that bullshit.
Tokyo.
Man, y'all are way more versed in the lore of Dora than I.
And Swiper. There's at least gotta be Swiper.
I already said Swiper's in it. He's played by Benicio del Toro.
Is he a fox?
Yes.
I gotta see some screen caps. What does he look like? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Well, okay, I can't confirm that he's a fox, but I would assume that he's a fox.
I mean, Boots is still a monkey, so Swiper should be a fox,
yeah.
right?
But, like, they weren't talking in the trailer. Like, in the trailer, Boots ain't saying shit, and he don't even have no red
Well, that's
boots.
because imagine the pure fucking shock value of going to the Dora movie and watching it expecting Boots to either be, like, a nonverbal monkey or, like, some, like... regular child-friendly voice, and fucking Danny Trejo starts talking in this bitch. And
now our listeners aren't going to get that shock.
Okay, well,
Are y'all going to see the movie?
Yeah.
Like,
still, I'd be
Okay.
like, Uncle Machete, what the fuck? Like,
what? I want to know Danny Trejo's like backstory, like to his life before acting, like, cause he must have been like locked up or some shit. You know? What
yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me.
Was Danny Trejo in the Spy Kids movies?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Okay.
our Uncle Machete.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
That's so awesome.
I might have said this on the podcast before, but Danny Trejo states that Spy Kids and the Machete Kills series take place in the same universe because his character's name is Machete in both movies.
I mean, that's a good
And-
enough thread. I believe it.
There are
I'm
looser
for it.
theories.
I was about to say, I'll stand by.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't seen the fucking Spy Kids movies in forever.
Oh, Spy Kids is lit as heck, though.
That statement.
Yeah.
Spy Kids is lit as heck, though.
I mean,
Frame
come
that.
on. They
Yeah.
just- it's the
Okay.
government being like, hey, let's employ kids.
I actually do think this is the second
send them
time
to go
we've
murder
talked about
Child
Spy Kids.
endangerment. What
This
was
is definitely the second time we've talked about Spy Kids on the podcast.
Is
Which
it really?
2 more times than any podcast should talk about Spy Kids.
Did we?
There are
unless
3
it's-
movies, so we got to talk about it at least one
Unless
more
it's a
time.
dedicated Spy Kids podcast,
Do you think that exists?
maybe.
If it
You
does,
think
then
there's
it
a
shouldn't.
podcast that just pours over like every single piece of the Spy Kids lore?
The detail. They're writing their own webcomic to expand the fucking story.
Spy Kids fan fiction.
Oh Jesus! Christ.
Jeez. Ooh, what
When I
about
hear-
like Sharkboy and Lavagirl? Do you think that takes place in the
Oh,
same
definitely.
universe?
For sure.
100%.
The Dream Journal kid. Wait, are Sharkboy and Lavagirl real, or are they just
I'm
dreams?
95% sure we've also talked about this, but
Are they dreams though?
they
Well,
are
they're dreams, that
but
are
they're
real.
They're hinted at the end that they're real.
Because remember, there's like the TV tornado that's the teacher, and he's real.
But that happens in real life.
And the
so-
teacher is all
But-
like, I'm the bad guy.
So dreams are bleeding into
I'm pretty
reality.
sure that at the very end of the movie they like leave a little hint that Sharkboy and Lavagirl are like real.
Bro.
Also,
Bro.
what fucking possessed them to be like, yes, these 2 characters, they're kind of superheroes. What should they be?
Sharkboy.
and Sharkboy
Lavagirl.
and Lavagirl was like, what came to mind? Like,
Isn't there a part where like wait, Sharkboy's backstory was like he was stuck on a raft and a bunch of sharks started talking to him?
yeah, well, they like saved. It's like his dad drowned and like a bunch of sharks saved him. He's like the Tarzan of sharks.
Shouldn't Sharkboy and
Slash.
Lavagirl like resent the kid who dreams them up because he's the reason they have such tragic existences?
Now that's some next level bullshit that I have
No.
not once considered.
Unless they, I mean, I think they enjoy their lives, so they're like, thank you,
Creator.
Kyle, or whatever the fuck that kid's name is.
He's basically a god to them.
Pretty much.
And
I
they're-
was about to
they're
say, don't
still-
they like
they're still
respect him
dragging him.
greatly?
They're
like,
protecting
it's just-
him the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's
Except
just they have to drag him through everything. Imagine if like you met a god and they were like a pathetic weakling and you had to protect
then I'd
him.
fucking beat him up.
Damn.
I'd extort him.
Isn't that like Greek mythology?
No, I mean, listen. A lot of people. I've been on the forums, and on the forums, the Sharkboy and Lavagirl fans have been making some wild connections to a lot of different ancient civilizations that the filmmakers may have based it off of.
Well, there's the land of milk and cookies, which I feel like is a reference to the land of milk and honey from the Old Testament.
Holy shit!
Damn.
Or like Valhalla.
George Lopez's Old Testament god.
Man.
No, he's Mephistopheles.
Yeah, I buy it.
Yeah.
I buy it. Goethe.
Mephistopheles?
I don't
he's-
fucking know. I just
He's
threw out a name.
he's the
I don't
demon
know.
that Faust sold his soul to, so that he could study more.
Oh, so that's like a real...
Yeah, Mephistopheles. That's
Oh,
a real.
damn.
Yeah, no, I
I
didn't make it up. But I
I'm
did
the
throw it out
uneducated
there.
one here now.
Faust is actually a really fucking badass movie. It's like from the 20s or some shit. It's a silent movie. It's pretty badass.
Yeah. I had to reference it in a play that I did for theater once.
You
And
said-
yet you didn't remember Mephistopheles.
and
I
you
had
said-
to reference Faust briefly.
Yeah, his character goes, like that one time in Faust,
Yeah.
Mephistopheles stole that homie's soul.
It was like a duet scene that I did with this one guy named Avery, and he played Death, and I was this really old guy who, like, death came, and I was like, all right, well, I don't want to die yet, so what if I play you in cards? It's like The Devil Went Down to Georgia, except, like,
Cards.
a lot more boring. And with, like, gin rummy instead of, like, fiddles.
Fiddling.
Yeah.
Dude, what if they made a fucking mini series on Netflix about The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and it's about a kid, and he's fucking just
working his fucking fiddle.
Yes, he's just learning how to.
Would it just be 10 straight episodes of them fiddling back and forth?
I'd be for
No,
it, dude.
no. That's like the last 2 episodes. Is
Like
the
Dragon
actual
Ball Z
no,
fights,
no.
like just
It needs to be like
multiple episodes.
The fiddling needs to happen in hell itself. They need to
That's
be
like the
surrounded by,
final
like-
level.
Yeah.
That's the final level. They start out in Georgia, but like they're just going so hard. The devil's like, "I'm gonna take you to my house."
They just
and
go
then we're
straight
gonna
down to
fucking
hell.
fiddle fight, and then they just start fiddling.
Yeah.
Dude, I could. Oh, God,
That would
I just
be
need to be an
like-
idea man for Netflix. Like I just sit there. I'm just like sitting there in crisscross applesauce mode, and they're like, what's your next idea? And I'm like, Sharkboy, Lavagirl, origin or fucking sequel. And then they're like, genius, write that down. Yeah.
Then it's like Devil Went Down to Georgia mini-series.
Yeah, and they would be like, holy shit.
Yeah, everyone's mind is getting blown. They're like, how have we not thought of this before?
The Adventures
PewDiePie's biopic.
The Adventures of Sturgis Stottlemyre.
Oh, dude, they never said what the boy's name was.
Yes,
Right?
And Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Yeah.
His name is Johnny.
Oh shit!
It's like the first thing he says.
Well, then his cousin or his uncle could
The
be
boy said, "My name is
Sturgis.
Johnny."
His
This may be a sin.
his
I'll take
uncle
your bit,
could
you
be
know,
Sturgis Stottlemyre.
Maybe.
That helps him with his fiddling skills.
Or maybe his
It's
name
like
is...
the opposite of the screw tape letters.
Maybe it's like his middle name is Johnny, so he's Sturgis Johnny Stottlemyre. And he just goes by Johnny.
No, I think the devil should come and like take his daughter or his fucking mom hostage, and he's like, "Yo,
Fiddle me.
You want your mom back? Fiddle me." teleports back to hell, and he's like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" And then he's like, "Holy shit, we need to start writing this script."
He needs to cut down the tree and carve the fiddle himself.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
dude,
like a whole
Jesus.
episode just dedicated
To
to
him
him.
cutting down the tree.
It's like he's looking for the perfect like California redwood.
Yeah, he has.
That would make a lot of fiddles.
Yeah,
He's just making one fiddle out of it. I mean, he just needs room to work with.
Yeah, I mean, to make all the part, you know, it's
So
just
there's
extra.
The first
There's
episode
nothing
is
wrong-
him hitchhiking from Georgia to California.
No, the very first episode is him, and he's like,
Sitting in Georgia playing his fiddle.
no, the first episode, he's just a Georgia boy living his Georgia life,
Eating some peaches.
eating some peaches, literally like a scene where he's eating peaches, and then he's just, and like it needs to have a normal setup. Like most of the first episode needs to be normal, like life for him. He still has problems in his normal every day-to-day life, and he's kind of whatchamacallit, like he doesn't have it all. He's working real hard, but life keeps kicking him.
But damn it, he still has his fiddle.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
He doesn't
fiddle
have the
yet.
fiddle,
He
'cause he
doesn't
needs-
fiddle
Wait,
yet.
what?
His family has a fiddling past.
Oh,
like
he
Sturgis is like the last one in his family that actually gives a fuck about fiddling, and
He was down on his luck one day and he had to sell his fiddle to get money. Oh, what
Sturgis did.
Sturgis did. So he doesn't have the fiddle anymore. He
And then
hasn't
the
fiddled
devil,
in like a year because he
and
had to sell it
a
off.
long ass time ago, the devil had to come by, but someone beat him in a fiddle battle. But it was like,
Oh, so this is like
This
the
is a
sequel.
sequel.
no, that's just the backstory. It's like that's the lore.
So
man.
there's the president.
So you're saying
president,
the devil
president.
has gone down
Yeah.
to Georgia and lost a fiddle contest already by the time he does it.
Well, like it happened generations ago in Johnny's family.
Gotcha.
And Sturgis is like, it got passed down, and like the guy who beat the devil was like, I gotta teach my kids to keep playing the fiddle real well. But then over
Because he
time,
did tell the devil to come on back if he ever wants to try
Come on
again.
back, old son.
So that's like the OG Johnny that did that.
So this
Okay.
guy's
And-
just Sturgis.
No, the main
He can still
character
be Johnny.
is Johnny again.
Okay, how about like what if the family,
Everybody's middle name is Johnny.
No,
so
the
that
family-
way
the family
when the
has-
devil
It's just
comes
a coincidence. It's just a
the
coincidence.
family hasn't used the name Johnny in generations because the original Johnny doesn't want the devil coming back to hunt his kids.
And this is
and
the-
they've forgotten about it, so then they name their kid Johnny.
No, and this is the
And then
first...
the devil's like, it's time.
No, this is the first generation that the parents were like, or I guess one of the first generations that's like, fuck it, we don't need a fiddle. Like that's some urban legend bullshit. And then,
That's
but then
rural legend.
the devil actually pulls up and he's like, yo, I hope you're ready to fiddle. And Johnny's like, bro, I ain't fiddle for shit. And then he's like, he said, I'm gonna kidnap your mom. And then he deuces out. And then he goes to Sturgis and he's like, Sturgis, you have to teach me. So they cut down a redwood, make a fiddle. Then they start
There's no redwoods
you-
in Georgia, are there?
They got to go to California
some other.
Yeah,
cut down
he goes
redwood.
all the way to California
to cut down the redwood.
for no particular reason. He
well,
could
because
use an oak
California is
tree.
practically hell.
Yeah, that's true. He could use an oak tree or like something else, but he's like, I need this fucking redwood.
But
I'm thinking there are going to be scenes like in the Drummond movie Whiplash where he like sticks his hand in the ice water while they're bleeding from drumming so much. It's going to be that, but
we
with
just
fiddle.
straight ripped that off. Like we rip off the
100%.
shot. And then Sturgis is like with Johnny, and he's like, "Not my tempo." Like he's like, "You need to play a little bit faster." And then he like slaps
Wait, so
the
is
shit out of
Sturgis
him.
the mentor or is
He
Sturgis
is the
Johnny?
mentor.
Okay.
No, Sturgis is like the old mentor who's like the last fiddler in the family.
Oh, he's
the
that everyone
grandpa.
thinks is crazy.
He's the
They're
grandpa
like-
who's always like, the devil's going to come back if we don't know the fiddle.
and everyone's like, "Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up, Grandpa! You're senile." And he's like, "You damn kids! You're gonna ruin the web. You're gonna fucking. He's gonna take over Georgia."
Or one person in Georgia.
What? No.
No, this stakes have got to be higher this time. This is
Okay,
the second
fine,
time this has happened.
He's gonna take over Georgia.
Just Georgia.
Just Georgia.
Stop at the borders and everything. So I don't want Florida, Jesus. Or no, he already has Florida.
Practically, yeah.
Jesus. Okay. But,
Shout out Dorian.
Rip.
Oh yeah.
Hurricane Dorian.
Can you believe people live there?
In Florida.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
just like old people, drug addicts, and people who don't have another choice.
What's the difference?
Didn't you live in Florida for a little bit, Trey?
When I was like 1 year old, and for like a year,
Then his parents got smart and got out.
Nice.
they actually had a bunch of like. They kind of got like their business ruined and like had to come back to Texas to live with some family.
Got smart.
That's
Got
some
out.
that's some Cromartie lore right there.
Ooh.
Dang.
Slowly uncovering Trey's anime backstory.
It's only been 21 episodes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should just sprinkle.
It's just been filler up to this point.
Yeah, we're just sprinkling lore into these now.
Yeah, dude, we may have to fucking expand upon this fucking fiddling fest.
HBO, hit us up.
Netflix,
hit us
all
up.
that.
Hulu.
Hulu.
Anybody, dude.
Heck, I'll take Fubo at this
Anybody
point.
who's willing to give us
Fubo.
a practically unlimited budget and full creative control.
Yeah.
We're gonna demand a lot of money, but it's gonna be made on a shoestring budget, and it's gonna look terrible. But we're gonna use all the rest of the money for like insider trading and a bunch of illegal
Exactly.
shit.
You know those
gonna
those
money-
tables that have a bunch of food? We're gonna have like 15 of those.
And that's it. We're going to be recording this on like a camcorder. And the sound is going to be like somebody's iPhone set to record mode.
Neither Johnny nor the devil will actually know how to fiddle.
No, I want the devil is literally just a dude like naked with just red paint on it. Just like,
I want the twist to be at the very end. When it's time for the duel, Johnny goes first, and then the devil steps up, and the devil just absolutely sucks. Like, can't play a note.
no, that's one thing we can't skimp on. We spend all the money on the last 2 episodes, and suddenly like there's different actors. Like we got like Tom Cruise to play Johnny instead of whoever was playing him before, some type of unknown.
Charles.
And then, fuck
The
it,
Rock is
Charles.
playing Satan.
Yeah, fuck it. We get The Rock to play.
And he's just like
Satan.
shirtless, just like Phil.
Yeah, and we pretty much The last 2 episodes just go ham, and like there's amazing CGI, and they're in hell. Like he's literally falling through a portal, playing a fiddle, like as he's going down. What the hell? Like,
how did this happen?
I don't know, man. This, but I'm down.
Yeah, no, like,
Should this be the first Content Heroes saga?
yeah,
I don't know how well.
it's just like you are Johnny, and you're also Sturgeon.
Sturgis and the
Sturgis,
devil.
yeah. No, I'm the devil.
Oh, okay.
I'm
You
the
can be
devil.
That's
and
something we don't
Who
know.
plays Georgia?
I'll just lay on the ground. It's like the state of Georgia, and the whole time, every scene takes place on top of me.
Now, there's got to be a scene of, like, the great-great-grandpa, Johnny, who...
There will be a
originally played the
flashback.
devil.
There will be
No,
a flashback.
Here's what I'm thinking. It's going to be like during Sherman's March to the Sea. So I want to see him playing the fiddle with the devil, and, like, the Georgia countryside is just burning around him.
Oh yeah.
No, we have to start it as generic as possible. It has to like start out and it's like 5,000 years ago, Johnny beat the devil, and then it's like a really bad like Roblox animation of like the devil playing.
4,500 years before the fiddle was invented.
The devil said, "Hey guy, here's a fiddle. Play it."
Jesus fucking Christ! What is happening right now? But I'm down for it. Like I'm very happy that we just decided to go on this odyssey.
We can sell.
This is definitely going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can sell these film rights for like millions, but we're not gonna.
Wait
we're
a
gonna
minute.
make
Wait a
it.
minute.
We're gonna
wait a
make it.
minute. We're gonna run into some copyright lawsuits because someone else. I mean, we gotta license it out.
We can change his name from Johnny to Jomny.
And then they're not in Georgia; they're in Kentucky.
Yeah, the Satan went down to Kentucky.
Went down to Kentucky.
Beelzebub.
They're playing
went down to
banjos.
That's a banjo.
Yeah, they're playing banjos.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Copyright laws.
Holy shit!
Honestly, I'd be down. Like, people who know how to like go ham on banjo, like that's talent.
It's
I think.
fire. Yeah.
Doing banjos.
I don't know. Banjo gets a bad rep because fucking rednecks play banjos, but like,
Like Johnny.
yeah, like Johnny, like Jomny.
Jomny.
Oh my god! What about Jerome?
Jerome.
Or like, how about we make it a woman?
Ooh,
And her name's
That'll really,
Janice.
that'll really
Janice,
subvert
I know.
expectations.
I know, right?
yeah, there's this guy named Johnny, and he gets killed in the first 5 minutes, and it turns
And
out
Satan
Janet is the main character.
is also a woman.
What?
Satan is also a woman.
Excuse
Okay.
you, Satan is gonna be trans.
Yeah, Satan is gonna be a Zer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will refer to them as such.
You just sound like a fucking German. You were referred to them as such.
Speaking of
Oh,
Germans.
people saying things about trans people,
Oh, no.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, gosh.
Have you seen his new special yet?
no, I've
I've
had
not,
people
no.
talk about it.
It is hilarious. It is like, I mean, Dave Chappelle's always funny. Like, I don't think he's ever done anything and I've been like, that's not that funny. But like, he is probably my favorite stand-up comedian, and he does like 2 specials every year for Netflix, and they're absolutely glorious. And he spends like the first like 30 minutes of his special just like shitting on trans people.
Awesome. I want to try. I want to listen to that.
And it's just like the whole time he's like, I'm not supposed to say this, but bam. And I don't know, just the way he does it, because everyone in the audience is obviously very uncomfortable,
Fuck them.
and then like he just like keeps on saying shit until like he just like breaks them into it, and they're like, oh yeah, and like
We can't laugh about this. Jokes can't be made about this.
yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. I think we talked about this the other day.
We did.
But comedy is like supposed to skirt that line.
Yeah, that's
so-
the entire point.
Yeah, I'm like,
I think
It's
that's the
supposed
problem.
to poke fun at things. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I think the problem is people nowadays look to comedy as like a voice for politics, practically.
Oh yeah, that's
And
what
it's
it's
like-
turned into. It's very
Instead
whack.
of
like,
being funny.
yeah, that's why I don't really like. There's no stand-up comedians I give a fuck about.
Yeah, I mean, there's some, but without like, I mean, obviously I'm not going to get into politics, but like the one thing I will say is that like you cannot like go through a stand-up comedy routine like by a big comedian without them bringing up like Trump.
Yeah, and it's just
like and I get it. When it first started happening, it was pretty golden material. But like after 2 people did it, it got old. You know.
Right now, it's practically them just reading the headlines of the New York Times, and that's it. That's the joke.
Yeah. No, it's like they're taking if the horse is like if they're beating a dead horse, it's like bones, like maybe half of a skull at this point, and they're just taking a fucking jackhammer to it.
Yeah, they're still just jerking off
It's
that
practically
horse.
just-
They're beating that horse.
It's practically no.
That's not.
Just jerking off the dead horse.
Anyways. But it's just like they've ran it into the ground. So I really like Dave Chappelle. His new special is just like, and the past few also kind of did that. But like, it's, I don't know. He's always just been like really out of pocket with some shit, like the black white supremacist.
Yeah, like stuff like that's like classic. It's like gold. Like
it's like I had to divorce my wife because I found out she was a Negro lover.
Oh, Jesus. Oh man. But yeah.
Of course, Rick James.
Oh my god, those are easily the fucking best. And that one in Prince. Those are like the standouts.
The racial draft.
Oh yeah.
Black president.
Yeah, you move beyond after the black white supremacist. I don't know any of the other
Oh
ones.
really?
You need to watch the Chappelle
Yeah, you need
show.
to watch an old Chappelle show.
The only thing about that show that always bothered me is just how much, like, one skit will go by and he's like, all right, we finna go to a commercial break. And then it's like he comes back and he'll literally be like, say one joke, and he's like, all right, we finna go to a commercial break. And I was like,
revenue.
That show was so good that Comedy Central, then repeated that show with different comedians for the next, until today. Like, so many Comedy Central shows are literally just, we took the idea for the Chappelle show and we let Nick Kroll do it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, all of that is terrible.
I like Big Mouth, but like, I don't think I could not stand Kroll show.
Big Mouth is fucking weird. I don't really like that show.
Really? Have you watched it all the way through?
Watched the show.
I haven't watched it all the way through, but I've seen whole episodes, and I wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah.
I
I got my little brother
show.
to watch that show because
Please
he's
no,
like
Collin.
the same age as the kids in it.
Collin, you are corrupting the youth.
I am not. That kid's been watching
You know, that
South
was
Park
what-
since he was 8.
Just because
South
there's
Park's a better
multiple
show.
corruption of the youths going on.
Yeah, with their Call of Duties
Yeah.
Exactly.
and their, what are they watching? Rambo? That's
Yeah, these kids watching Rambo.
That was my favorite movie back in kindergarten.
They the new Rambo's coming out, Last Blood.
I'm actually really hyped for that.
Really?
Rambo's lit.
I literally I like saw the commercial, and all that I saw was like, I gotta get my daughter back. And then he because his daughter got fucking kidnapped by a bunch of like European
So taken.
terrorists. Yes, and I literally thought it was just like a random Stallone movie, but then it was like Rambo Last Blood, and I was like, he's not even killing cops or having PTSD. Like,
Yeah, like, they completely departed. Like, the first movie, it's all about, like,
he doesn't even.
he has PTSD and
Yeah.
he's fighting cops who are, like, discriminating against veterans. And it's like, dang, that's rough. And then...
You served your country, butt!
Now, what are they even about? They're just generic action movies.
Pretty much.
I don't know. They just keep dragging him and Arnold out of their graves.
Semi-retirement.
And they're make more movies, damn it!
Yeah, dude, I'm excited to see. So they released the full DLC list for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
And Terminator's on there, and I promised myself that if Terminator was in there, I would make him my main.
Yeah.
So no matter even even if I don't like his moveset, I will still use him. And I just want to get the T-800 skeleton skin.
All right. Well,
yeah.
listeners,
I'm just talking about.
y'all got to hold him accountable to that.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you have to watch Trey play Mortal Kombat now.
We'll make a video about that.
Yeah, no, we definitely will. But, like, I don't know. A bunch of people were freaking out because they were like, Arnold's not going to voice it. And it's like...
He's not?
Yeah, no.
But they used, like, him, like, his model.
Also, like, I don't really care. Like, they
I mean,
can get
I don't
people
really
that sound
care.
exactly like Arnold.
Yeah, there's professional sound-alikes.
Also, just, like, Arnold is the one impersonation that, like, literally everybody
Anyone can do.
I mean, but not everyone has all the little quirks. Not everyone can do it perfectly.
Well, yeah.
But
everyone
yes,
can do it
professional
passably.
sound-alikes can do it easy.
Also, just, like, even if it sounds slightly different, it's like, who cares? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it, it's whatever. People were freaking out because Sonya Blade is voiced by Ronda Rousey, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, she's one of the best in the game, in my opinion. I know that doesn't mean anything, but, like, she's really
Yeah,
good.
you hear that, Rhonda? Trey's a fan.
Yeah.
Reba and Rhonda, the two R's.
Are there three? Is there a third R?
Third R, let's see. Does it have to be a woman?
No, I mean, not
Not if
necessarily.
you don't
Because
want it to
the
be.
other two were women. I don't know.
And
let's
Ray
see.
Charles.
Fuck it. I like Ray Charles. We'll do that.
Reba, Rhonda, and Ray Charles.
And just Ray. Or no, Ray Charles.
It's gotta be Ray Charles. If you just say Ray, you don't know who you're talking about.
There's lots of Rays. Ray
The other two, you know who you're
Ray
talking
Mysterio.
Ray Mysterio, Ray Lewis.
Manta Ray?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rayman.
Right, dude. I was thinking about the other day, some of the newer 2D platformers they made for the Rayman, like, those games are actually really, really awesome.
Yeah, no, I remember playing those at your house when we were, like, on the PS3 when we were little.
Yeah, them hoes were fire.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, one thing I wanted to ask you about, Tony.
Oh boy.
And we've talked about this a good amount, like, personally.
We have?
Well, yes, once I tell you what we're talking about, you'll know.
Okay.
But, so, I want to talk about this book that you're going to write.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. What do you want to know about it?
So, okay, I'd just like you to explain the premise of the book
Ooh, man.
without spoiling it
I'm guessing
entirely.
it's fiction.
Yeah, it's fiction.
Okay.
Okay. I've been working on this book for a while now. I'm almost done with the first draft. It's at about 40,000 words.
How many pages do you know?
It's about, right now it's about the length of, like, The Great Gatsby or something.
Okay.
It's pretty long.
Yeah, it's a good amount.
And it keeps getting more convoluted as I go along.
Yeah.
Here was my original idea. Back in, like, 1915, there was this little town in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And
the devil went... And
the devil went
film?
down, pretty much, yeah. The devil goes down to this town in Mississippi. And in this town, there's a white woman who's the daughter of a Methodist minister, I think. And there was a Puerto Rican man. And they fell in love, and they wanted to get married. But all the, Klansmen in the town were like, you can't do that.
Okay.
And then the Catholic priest in the town is like, no, y'all can do that. And the Catholic priest marries him.
Okay.
And then the Methodist minister, or I think he was Methodist, he's all like, oh dang, the priest married him, and he goes and shoots the priest.
Okay. Wait, where's the devil in this?
The devil is sort of in the background.
Okay, he's
pulling the strings.
He's just
he's pulling the strings.
Okay.
And
He's in the white supremacist.
then afterwards, what ended up happening was the court acquitted the murderer of any wrongdoing.
Okay.
They said he was temporarily insane because the thought of of his daughter, a white woman, marrying a black man, logically must have driven him insane.
I mean, 1915, that's some solid logic.
That's that was their argument, and he gets acquitted on this argument, and the judge who oversaw that trial ended up becoming a Supreme Court justice.
Okay.
So anyway, I read about this, and then I was like, man,
Wait, so that's something that actually
that's something that
happened.
actually happened.
Oh,
this was
I
my
thought this
Whoa,
was
okay.
set up for
no,
the
this is
book.
my
Wait,
this was
wait.
my inspiration.
Wait,
this
you
is
said
what I
the
read
devil,
about.
though.
I was making a joke.
Oh, shit. I thought... Okay.
No.
You
This
just
is the setup.
mind-fucked
This was a real historical event that
Okay.
occurred.
Okay.
Because,
To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Similar.
And so I read this and I was like, dang, what if that priest has like a brother, and the brother's all like, man, that's messed up. How like messed up would the brother be in the head as a result of that? And then I started writing this book that was like, what if a similar situation happened, and the person has a brother, and the brother just like is sort of driven mad,
swears revenge
over the whole thing. So that's where I'm
because
at.
of what his brother did?
Because his brother was murdered, and everyone just kind of was okay with it. Everyone was like, yeah, you know.
So what does he do in response to that?
Oh, he starts going crazy. He starts to... What actually happens is he starts to think that there's a broader conspiracy going on. Mm-hmm. And so he starts doing all this research. He starts traveling around. He starts trying to gather up all this information to get, like, an actual case going on. And as it goes on, he just sinks lower and lower into, like...
Lunacy?
Lunacy, practically, yeah.
Okay.
He ends up, like, traveling to a ghost town and...
Literal ghosts?
Not literal ghosts, just like an abandoned town, and all these other things start happening to him.
Okay, so in your story, is it more set up as kind of like a... Is it like... I'm trying to think of the word. Kind of farcical, like anything can happen, or is it set in like a real...
I'm trying to make it set in reality.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm trying to let weird things happen.
Okay.
Kind of like
leaving room for fiction.
Yeah, leaving room for fiction. Like,
okay.
Like he gets to this when he gets to the ghost town, it's completely abandoned, and he spends a night sleeping in this abandoned place, and then he gets up in the middle of the night, and there are coyotes killing his horse that he used to get there, and so he has to fight off the coyotes, but then the horse dies.
And this is in 1915?
This, I sped it up a little bit. It's in the mid-1920s because I wanted it to be during Prohibition.
Okay.
Ooh.
So...
Bold.
What ends up happening is he spends the night out after his horse is killed, tragically, and then the next day he starts walking around and adventuring the town, and he finds there's this full mansion with this, like, old retired millionaire just casually living in this ghost town. And he's got all these luxuries and things, and he was like... I just spent the night out fighting coyotes, and my horse just died, and there's a freaking mansion right here.
It's like, can I stay here?
So, I'm trying to let there be those kinds of elements, but I don't want it to be too far-fetched to be like, this couldn't possibly have happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to leave it within realism, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the whole... Yeah.
So you said it's a little bit convoluted. Is there some? I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's another plot element that I've been working in. This was from another thing that I wrote. I was writing another book that took place during World War I, and so what I'm trying to work in is that in addition to this youngest brother writing about trying to figure out this conspiracy behind his priest brother dying, there was also the oldest brother who died in World War I, and he's also. It's the story of this youngest brother sort of trying to make sense of the deaths of his two older brothers.
Okay, is there any sort of... I mean, not to spoil anything, but, like, does he find a conspiracy, or does it just turn out that it's, like, that's how his life went? And that's kind of it.
There's some conspiracy going on. There's some stuff going on.
Okay, that's
something
good.
Smells real fishy.
Something smells fishy.
That would be kind of a shittier way to write a book, where it's like, yep, got to the end, there wasn't anything.
Like every book in high school... Did you ever read The Scarlet Ibis?
No.
Oh, The Scarlet Ibis.
That was fucking heartbreaking, man.
Was that the one where, like, the little brother just, like, keels over dead?
Yeah, no, so it's, like, this story about this kid who's, like...
Younger brother is disabled or something.
And his younger brother's name lightning?
Yeah, or no, he doesn't get hit by lightning, but his younger brother's name is Doodle, and he's got a heart condition, or it's something else, but they call him Doodle. He's got a heart condition, and his legs don't work. But slowly over time, his legs get to working. And then, like, it's, like, this really nice, heartfelt story, and it's, like, oh, wow, like, this brother, out of love for his little brother, like, is helping him, like, live his best life and, like, learning how to walk and run and even, like, teach him how to swim and go on all these adventures. Yeah, no, like, he's doing, like, all this shit. And then, like, all of a sudden...
I think what happened was the older brother was, like, gotta teach the kid, like, tough love, and so he, like, ran away faster than the little brother to force the little brother to run faster or something, and then him trying to catch up is what killed him.
He did show him...
Right?
Yeah. So what happens is, he did show him tough love, but that's not how he died. I think... So what happened was the older brother was just like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, it was like bad lightning, like, hurricane type storm.
Yeah.
And so he's running, and he doesn't even think to check on his brother. Like, which kind of shows that, like, his brother has come so far that, like, he's kind of his own functional human being.
Yeah.
Which shows his progress, but also then, like, he gets there, and he's like, oh, shit, where's Doodle? And then, like, he goes back, like, after he's, like, almost to the house, and he's dead. And then the book ends.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it wasn't a book. It was just a short story.
It was a short story. It was a pretty long. It was like a 40-page short story.
It's a novella.
Novella. Good word.
But
One of my favorites.
I remember my brother telling me about that when I was young, and it made me very depressed.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I wrote this book," and like he didn't talk like that, but he was like, "I read this book, and yeah, the fucking like little brother dies," and like in my head, I'm his little brother, and I like put I put myself in that situation. I was like, "This is fucking sad."
Yeah, no, like, and that's the first thing I read in high school. Like, in middle school, it was like, oh, like, we're
Here's
gonna
The
read,
Hobbit.
yeah, happy books and, like, cool books. High school, it's just, like, everything is dark. I saw this, like, this one post, and it was, like, it was a Twitter post or something like that, and it was talking about how, like, oh, yeah, if you're not depressed by high school, just read the books, and you will be. And then somebody else was like, yes, if you are not depressed, the state will mandate your depression.
I don't know. I liked a lot of the books in high school.
But they're all so dark.
Hold on. There's got to be at least one that was not.
Things Fall Apart was dark as fuck. Tale of Two Cities is dark as fuck. Jane Eyre is pretty dark. I mean, it kind of has a decent ending, but it's still pretty dark.
Yeah, the guy can see again at the end of it.
But, like, not
Spoilers.
really.
No.
Let's see. Jane Eyre is pretty dark. Merchant of Venice is pretty dark.
No, he doesn't get his pound of flesh, though, cut out.
Yeah, but it's still dark.
Yeah, but...
I've read like less than 10 books in my entire life, so like...
Fewer than 10.
Yeah, fewer than
Ooh,
10.
get
Wait.
fucked.
Oh, jeez. Am I not supposed to say less than 10?
Yeah, it's fewer than 10 because it's countable.
Ooh.
It's a really dumb grammatical rule.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's not something I'm willing to like actively change.
Yeah.
If I say that, I'm gonna just keep
It's
saying
like,
it.
everyone is like, me and Trey are doing this. They're like, Trey and I'm like, fuck off.
So,
Like,
I will kill you.
my little brother learned that in school when he was in like 3rd grade, and one day I said something like that, and he goes, it's he and I, and I was like, Kyle, I will end your shit.
Said, oh, you think you're smart, huh?
What, you learn some grammar?
This is the same kid that I convinced was gonna die for a straight year.
By reading him The Scarlet Ibis.
Yes. No.
Every single day.
Have we told that story on the podcast?
I don't think so. And I kind of don't remember all the, like,
I've never
exactly
heard this
what
story.
You've never heard the story
Nope.
of the old lady and Kyle's face?
Oh. Jesus Christ. This shit is
You were there when this started. You actively participated in this the whole time.
Oh my fucking god.
So,
this
You
podcast...
convinced a kid that he was going to die?
Listen.
This was
pardon
9
me.
years ago now.
And listen, this podcast continues to expose
9.
the
He
piece
was-
of shit that I
He
was.
was like 5.
Exactly. So, story starts. It is Kyle's 4th birthday. And it's me, him, and Trey are jumping on my trampoline. And we're like, oh, hey, Kyle, how was your birthday party? And he's like, oh, it's so great. And he's like, and we were like, yeah, 4th birthday is always a good one. You know, like, it's before, you know, it happens. And I think you were confused, but you were, like, listening. Because we would team up on messing with my brother.
Jesus.
But, so, and Kyle was like, what happens? And I was like, oh, you don't know what happens on your 5th birthday? He was like, no. And I was like, okay, well, this isn't easy to tell you, but I thought Mom and Dad had told you by now. But on your 5th birthday, when you're least expecting it, an old woman is going to come, and she's going to rip your face off, and then she's going to disappear. And it's going to you'll grow a new face, but it'll take a few weeks. And he was just horrified. Like, he was like, what? He like turned to me, he was like, or he turned to Trey and was like, did that happen to you? And Trey was like, yep.
Okay, I do remember going, yeah, it happened to me.
And I was like, yeah, totally happened to me too. Like, you can ask everyone. And so, literally, we followed through on this shit. Like, for the next year, like, at random times, I'd be like, hey, Kyle. And he'd be like, what? I'd be like, old lady's gonna rip your face off. He'd be like, ooh, like, cry. And, like, Trey, you came up with, like, this little, like, jingle for it. You were like, old lady's gonna rip your face off.
I remember that's been playing in my head since you brought this up. And it's a bop. It's kind of fire.
Yeah.
How does it go?
You just heard it.
Oh, that was it?
Old lady gonna rip Kyle's face off. No.
Yeah, that's about it. And
How old were y'all? 11, 12?
Yeah, we were in 5th, 6th grade. I'm 7 years older than him, so we were 11 when it started, 12 when it ended. So yeah, this goes on for literally a year. We are emotionally damaging this child. My mom is pissed. My sister's in on it. And so, this, like I said, goes on for a year. He's in agony. And then, finally, October 20th, 2010. It's after school. It's Kyle's birthday. And I tell all of my friends what's up. So we've got probably me, Trey, and 3 to 4 other guys. And I'm like,
All your
okay.
friends.
Yeah, I was about to say all of your friends.
All of my... Honestly, that's about right. So, and I tell them all what's up. And I'm like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We game plan for this shit. So I'm like, I'm going to tell Kyle I have a present waiting for him in my room. Because I think we intentionally didn't mention the old lady for like 3 weeks before his birthday.
And we're making it seem like it was a constant thing. It was a very sparingly...
It was a pretty constant thing for
really?
me.
Okay, for you, but...
You were over at my house a lot,
Yeah.
but like he had to live with me every day.
Yeah.
So like... So then we don't mention it for like 3 weeks. And then we get back, we get off the bus, we game plan, and I have people, I don't have a big room, but I had a lot of places to hide. And so like, I bring him into my room, it's very, very dark. And he's like, where's the present? Oh, and I was like, oh, I gotta find it, I think it might be under here. And then like, Robbie pops out and scares the crap out of him. And then, like, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's not there, like, and keep going, and then, like, I guess it's here, and then, like, Trey pops out and scares the crap out of him. This happens 2 or 3 more times. Then we turn the lights on, and we're like, oh, we got you, like, nothing's happening, and I'm like, I've got your present, like, it's here in the closet. And he's newly 5, so red flags aren't going off in his head. He's just
like, okay, my guard's completely down.
Yeah, like, got me, guys. And in the closet is our friend Ben Simmons, not the professional basketball player.
Yeah.
But
That would be so much cooler, though.
It would.
Yeah.
But Ben's cool.
He wouldn't fit in there, though.
So, is our friend Ben. And Ben he's a pretty tall guy. He was pretty tall for a 6th grader.
Easily the tallest out of all of us.
Yeah,
Not as tall
like-
as the other Ben Simmons.
Yeah, no, not quite as tall. But like we were all, me and you were big 6th graders. Ben was like probably like 5'8" as a 6th grader.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah.
So, and Ben is wearing like this long, like flowing black robe that I had used for Halloween the year before. Or no, that I had bought for that year's Halloween. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But he's wearing this long flowing black robe. He's got this bloody prop knife. And under the hood of his robe, he's got this old wicked lady mask. Like, you know, like some real, like, witch from Snow White type shit mask.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in the closet. Lights are out. So I'm like, it's here in the closet. You'll know when you see it. I shove him in there. And he's like, hey, Collin, let me out. And he starts banging on the door. Flip the lights on. Dead quiet for 2 to 3 seconds. And then I hear the loudest, most terrified scream I've ever heard in my life for straight 20 seconds. Like, And we're all assholes, so we're just dying outside of the door listening to this. And like,
It sounds bad, but every kid needs a little bit of hazing.
which is funny because my last name is Hayes.
Hey, Lamau.
We're hazing him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a terrible pun. So yeah, for 20 seconds we do that, and we open the door, and he's just in the fucking fetal position. Like,
I don't know how he was in there for 30 seconds. How did he not leave? Like,
he tried to. We had it shut.
Jesus.
And so we open it. He's like in the fetal position, and we're like, "Gotcha!
Happy birthday!
Yeah, happy birthday, Kyle!" And he like literally did not trust me with anything for like a week after that.
Only a week, though.
Oh, I mean, he was 5. That's
Yeah,
a pretty
I
big
know.
deal for him to commit to something for that long.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
know.
significant percentage of his life up to that point.
Yeah. So like that was one of the greatest things. Like, he still has trauma from that, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness. You know,
We should go ask him.
Yeah, he's in
the
the
thing
other
is,
room.
when I was growing up, I was the youngest, so
Wait, would
it
you
was-
like me to go get him and, like, ask him, like,
Sure.
about his experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, go on.
See, when I was growing up, I was the youngest, so I was the one who my siblings always did that kind of stuff to. They never did anything like that. That's some next level stuff.
Yeah,
Colin.
that was some
That's-
next level fucked up shit.
That's
I'm not
pretty
gonna
messed
lie.
up. You seem very proud of it. You seem.
Oh, I'm so proud of it. Are you kidding me? I pulled that off for a straight year. Like, that took dedication. Like, have you ever taken a year to prepare for a prank?
No,
I took at the age of 11,
Colin, my pranks are very low effort.
I committed to this for a straight up year. Oh, I don't even think I've pulled off like a good prank since then. I topped out. I'm fine with that, man. That is like some next level
Peaked in
shit.
5th grade.
I like to say I peaked in 8th grade, actually.
Ah, okay. Is that when you were on the A team the last time?
I was on the A team and all that stuff. Okay, so we've got Kyle in here. All right,
Kyle, introduce yourself.
yeah,
I'm Kyle.
yeah.
He's Kyle.
He's Kyle. So Kyle, tell us what happened from the ages of 4 to 5.
Worst year of my life.
Can you tell us why?
Because it was full of, oh, they gonna rip your face off!
And so, when we got you in that room, what were your thoughts? What thoughts were going through your 5-year-old brain?
Man, I'm gonna get the coolest present ever.
Yeah, we used to trick him. We used to say, like, "Hey, Kyle," we'd want him to, like, leave us alone. So we'd be like, there are Diego presents in the other room, which would be, like, presents from the fictional character Diego from Go Diego Go.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You can, right, Kyle?
Yeah, it's true.
And so he'd go and he'd be real happy, and then, like, he'd be, like, devastated and find out that there were no Diego presents. And then the system of Keiko points.
Oh, yeah.
Rip off.
I basically told him, hey, every time you do one of my chores, I'll give you a Keiko point. And if you get like 1,000 of them, we can go to main event.
Yeah, I do remember just the debates that would be held about Keiko points and this fictional currency that Collin was most definitely not keeping up with. And, but there were serious discussions over how they must be distributed. Yeah.
We ended up making levels to it, so it's like, to get in, you needed 1,000 Keiko points. But we also had a Babu point, because he would call me Babu back then, because I guess brother was too fucking hard. So that was worth 10 Keiko points. Then there was a daddy point, which was my dad. I don't remember the extent to which I got my dad in on this, but yeah, that was worth 100 Keiko points. And then there was an ultimate point, which was like,
Is that a straight 1,000?
that's a straight 1,000. Yeah.
Beautiful.
But yeah, how this would go usually is he'd be like, no, I want a Babu point. And I'd be like, well, you drive a hard bargain. And I'd be like, yeah, sure. And then the second he pissed me off, I'd be like, you do anything else and I'm going to take all your Babu points or all your Keiko points away.
No!
Anyways, thank you for coming on, Kyle.
Wait, I just wanted to say, like, are you still traumatized a little bit, or...
Very.
Oh, shit.
You're welcome.
We have damaged this child.
Ooh! For those...
Things are getting a little spicy in here. For those of you who did not see,
Just, like, flipped his titty.
He bean dipped me and peaced out. So anyways...
I thought bean dip was like something to do with your ass.
What?
Is it? I don't know.
I thought bean dip was like fingering someone's ass.
All the same.
Yeah, fuck it. Flip a titty.
Anyway, so there's definitive proof that I did not just make that story up.
But yeah.
That would be incredible improvisational skills if
Yeah.
you did just make that story up.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was in improv and stuff. You know?
I mean, I could have told Kyle, I was like, yo, we faking some shit, go along with it. But I didn't. I swear I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, he did the jingle exactly the same.
Yeah,
shit.
that's true.
Yeah, you're right.
So, like, yeah, that's evidence right there that I was a terrible big brother.
Yeah.
I mean, but most big brothers are, like...
Well, like I said, I was the youngest, so, you know, those things were happening to me, not to that extent. But there were also, like, weird psychological tricks going on.
What was the worst one?
Oh, I know the worst one.
Okay.
Growing up, my favorite color was yellow.
Okay.
And all of the stuff in our family, when we would get, like, ornaments for Christmas or lollipops, toys, stuff like that, we would be color-coded to what each of our favorite color was. So it was, my oldest brother was green, middle brother was blue, my sister was red, and then I was yellow. Mm-hmm. And that was the order that everything goes in. My room is painted yellow still, because we repainted it when I was, like, 8, and we haven't painted it since.
Nice.
So, yellow was my favorite color.
You got a dumb, colorful house, then.
Yeah, it's a lot of color. There's a lot going on. Like, my freshman year of high school or something, we're all sitting around the dinner table talking about our favorite colors. And then one of my siblings, I think it was Nick, he brings up, like, yeah, and we made your favorite color yellow because it fit the color scheme we had going on. And I was like, wait, what? And they were like, yeah, from the time you were born, we just started telling you your favorite color was yellow.
That's not, like, bad, but that's pretty impressive.
Wait, did you ever, like, kind of believe it, or what?
Well, they said it, and then I started thinking about it, and I was like, man, I hate yellow.
Damn.
I don't like it anymore. That, like, ruined the color for me.
Would you say, what's your favorite color now?
I really like blue.
Okay, yeah, dude.
I like
recently,
Charger Blue, like, from our high school.
Unironically, I love
Recently-
Charger Blue.
Recently, I've been like, blue is such a fucking badass color.
Like, just specifically that shade.
Mm-hmm. Super bright, like, it's pretty badass.
It's, like, vibrant, but not, like, light blue.
Yeah, but it's very hard
It's
to
a blue that's alive.
fully pinpoint what my favorite color... Like, I don't have one. I like them all.
Depends on the context.
Yeah, definitely. But what I was going to say is my brothers used to... There was 2 of them, and I guess this was just a coordinated thing. It must have not been that planned out, but every once in a while, they would, like, force me to the ground, and one of them would hold both my arms with one of their arms, and then one of them would be using both of his hands to, like, tickle my armpits.
Oh, no.
And then the other one would be alternating between both of, like, my ribs. And that was the most horrible fucking shit. But, I mean, like, I'm lucky that was the worst, like, they ever did to me. But, like, everyone, it's just, at random times, it's just, like, you get jumped, but in tickle form.
How long would it last?
I mean, I'm sure it varied, but, like, they went for a while until I was just, like I couldn't fucking handle it. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, okay. So, you bring that up. My mom has a strained relationship with her sisters to this day. Well, 1, because they were dicks to her. But 2, like, well, not that. I don't know. I'm not going to drag my family business into here.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
Well, too late, you already did.
It's like one of those things where it's like, doesn't damper their relationship badly, but it's one of those things where it's like there's been tension over it.
Mm-hmm.
So my aunt, specifically the middle sister, my Aunt Robin, apparently would, like, straight up, like, hold her down and do that for like 30 minutes at a time.
I feel like after a while, it wouldn't even be like
Anything.
How do you keep like? I don't even know. That doesn't even like make
I don't
sense.
know.
Like,
My mom said it was like literally the most torturous experience of her life. Like
yeah, that sounds pretty fucking horrible.
yeah, and like both of her sisters are like 7, 10, like it's like 10 and 15 years older than her.
Wow, that's kind of...
Shit.
That makes it really weird.
Yeah, because by that point they were like in their 20s or some shit.
Yeah. Well, no, they were okay. So I think the oldest would have been like around college age when this happened, and the other one would have been like.
Was this a continued
high school.
thing, or was this?
It was
just
like a continued thing when she was like pretty little.
Damn. Yeah, that's shitty. But
Like...
Yeah, no, like
Alright, I got nothing like
that's
that.
straight up. Yeah, no, I don't either. Like,
yeah, no.
and I think that's why my mom is so defensive of my little brother, or was so defensive of my little brother over things like that.
Defensive enough that she did not stop you from
Oh,
listening.
she tried. I got in so much shit with my mom because of that, and I persisted. Damn it, like I
You're
was
actually
not
the hero
deterred.
of this story.
Plot twist. No, she tried, but like also like he's gotten his revenge, like because he was so like coddled that there was one time where we got into an argument. Like I called him stupid, and he stabbed me with a golf tee, like broke the skin.
Holy shit.
And I went to my mom, and she was like, well, you called him stupid. And I was like, what?
Got him.
And she was like, you're 12 and he's 5. You should know better. And I was like, maybe, but he fucking stabbed me.
Well, one time I was playing laser tag with my siblings. We were at a laser tag place.
Yeah.
It's probably like main event or it was before main event opened. So this was a long time ago. I was probably like 5 or 6, and my brother, who at the time he's 6 years older than me, so he probably was at least like 12. He was in middle school. And he got real close to me. He was standing maybe like a foot away from me, and he just kept zapping me, and he would wait, because the laser turns off when you get zapped, and he would wait for it to turn back on and zap me, and he'd pin me in a corner. And I got really mad at him, and I just punched him in the face as hard as I could.
Damn.
Just to get away, and then I ran away, and then he was all like, you punched me in the face, and I was like, you pinned me in a corner. Had it coming.
Honestly, if I was an older brother, I'd be like, okay, you defended yourself. Like, I could murk you, but...
Oh, have you ever seen that video of, like, the little brother, like, throws the ping pong paddle at the older brother?
Oh,
and then the older brother, like, throws the table down, just like, come here, you little shit! And, like, the kid's just, like, screaming in terror.
Yeah, I mean, that's some classic brotherly shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that similar situations to that have happened.
I feel like every sibling.
Yeah.
Do you remember we used to like use Kyle as like a trained dog to punch people in the nuts?
What the fuck?
That's weird. That's not normal behavior.
I don't know.
I can get behind the whole convincing him that an old lady's gonna rip his face off.
Oh, this is where you draw the line, Tony?
That's wrong.
We would get him to literally like just... We'd be like, hey, Kyle, see that person? And he'd be like, yeah.
Wait, are these... I mean, obviously these were like our friends.
Yeah.
It wasn't just
Randos?
Like, just like the same people that would have been there when like he got the shit scared out of him.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just the way of keeping the universe in balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Trey would get him to do it to me, too.
Damn.
I don't know. We put that child through a lot. I'm surprised he's as normal as he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays Fortnite, but other than that...
I mean, every kid is nowadays. But, yeah. Y'all want to start slowing down or what?
Yeah, that's probably an idea.
Start wrapping it up. So, like, another thing I want to bring up. So, you talked about the first book.
Yes.
Second book.
Damn, son, you read 2
Second
books.
book? Am I right in the second book?
That you're planning.
Oh, no. Oh, the second book. Oh, man, I completely forgot about this. How much I can make this story... I can describe this second book for like an hour if you want me to. But
yeah, maybe not that much, but like let's get
just
into
a
it
little bit.
Okay. One thing I will say, we've told the suicide story on
really?
this podcast before. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll only tangentially touch on the suicide story.
Yeah. Like let's hear a decent little like what's it called? Not summary.
Summarization or summarization? Fuck.
What's it called when you read synopsis?
Synopsis.
Let's get a decent synopsis on this thing.
All right. So here's what I had planned. Collin, I first had it planned as a joke, and then Collin was like, Tony, you need to make this happen. And I was like, I'll do it for you, Collin.
Well,
So,
and then a lot of other people
then
said
a lot
it
of
too.
other
It wasn't
people-
just me.
It wasn't just Collin, but Collin was the first to be really into it. So in high school, we had this friend group of like 6 friends.
It fluctuated, but there's like a core of like 5.
There's a core of like 5 or 6 of us. And so I had this idea to just write this memoir about the progress of this group of friends over the course of like sophomore year to the end of senior year. A lot happened over the course of that time. There were like 3 car crashes that totally should have killed the people who were in them,
Yeah.
and all of them got out relatively unscathed. Collin literally got out of his unscathed, except for the bruise. Except for
I had some pretty bruised up ribs.
He had bruised ribs, but other than that, he
I mean,
was not
it was
dead.
a 70 mile an hour to stop straight up collision, so
How does ribs get bruised?
it was
It's
the seatbelt.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, like, do the bones themselves, or is the muscle?
it's the muscle around the bones
Okay, that's
that's
what-
bruised.
I was like, how the fuck does the bone itself get bruised?
So
Not bruised. I don't know.
we got that. I got neck cancer at one point in time.
Oh.
There's what else happened in the group?
Prom.
Prom happened. We're not going to delve into prom.
This is sort of like Final Destination, but, like, nobody died.
There was a camping trip, at which point we were convinced that Collin killed himself,
Yeah.
which
We've gone into that
y'all have gone into.
yeah, in depth.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to add from like an outsider's perspective?
On me thinking you killed yourself?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh man, I was convinced. I was
Damn.
absolutely positive we were going to be walking around and like... Look, here's what happened. We're camping, and Collin had been depressed for a while. He's been depressed for like 15 years now, I don't know.
okay, damn, just out me like that.
So, Collin had been feeling down for a couple weeks for reasons that I did not know at that time, but which became known to me after prom. But we go on this camping trip, and on the camping trip, Collin's actually feeling really, really good. And we're going hiking, Collin's cracking jokes, we're playing weird hiking games that Collin has from his camp, telling riddles, and then we get back to the campsite. And when we're there, Collin starts making a video. And at some point in the video, he turns the video back to his own face and he says, yeah, this is my suicide notes.
I have this video on my phone.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Love you. And he goes on like that for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. Then he turns it off. Then we all have a laugh and we go to bed. Then the
Edgy
next morning,
comedy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was all about.
the next morning, I get up and me and Stephen Reeves decide that we're going to go on another hike. The rest of them decided they were tired or something lame. And so we go on this hike. We're gone for maybe like 4 hours. And we come back, and there's no Collin at the campsite. Logan and Travis were there, and we were like, hey, where's Collin? And they were like, we have no idea.
Damn,
No clue where
yeah,
it is.
I can definitely see how you
And then-
would jump to that
And
conclusion.
then we were like, is he in the bathroom? Because he could totally be in the bathroom. So we go and we check. He's
Yeah, it
not
was like
there.
a 15-minute walk to the bathroom.
Yeah, he's not there. We check a couple other places. We check the one place that had cell phone reception because he had been complaining about not being able to keep his Snapchat streaks.
And I didn't. I lost all of them.
We checked the one place in the park that had cell phone reception. By this time, probably like half an hour to 40 minutes had passed, and we were like, all right, we got to tell the park rangers Collin is missing. So we go and tell the park rangers, and we start describing what Collin looks like. We're like, his name is Collin. He goes by Collin. He's wearing a shirt that says I'm big on the pig. Yeah, he also answers to Lipid Ninja
Or C Money.
and C Money. So that's what we tell them. And they start rattling off questions about Collin, and they're like, does he have a history of mental illness? And me and Steven just look at each other. Then we look back. Then I think we looked at each other again. And then we looked back and we were like, no? Yes? Not sure? And they were like, okay, we're shutting down all the trails. We're sending everyone down every trail to find him. And they go find him. He was just on a walk. Yeah, he was completely fine.
Good ending.
Yeah.
He was just in a walk.
To summarize from my point of view very briefly, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I get back there like, we thought you killed yourself. I was like, oh, damn. Why would you possibly think that? And then they brought it to my attention that I made a suicide note the night before and went missing for 3 hours, and I said, fair.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
I think that's a pretty good note to end on.
Yeah.
All right.
But, yeah, so that's included in the book.
Yes, that is definitely, that's going to be like a huge part of the book. This whole camping trip, this was like a 5-day camping trip. It's going to take up like so much of the book, it's going to be crazy.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
lots of stuff happened.
Lots of stuff happened that camping trip.
Okay.
At one point, several people put out the fire just by,
Peeing on it?
Yep.
That probably smelled terrible.
That smelled awful. That was the
Smelled
worst
it the
thing I've ever
next morning.
smelled in my life.
Yeah, see, I've put out a fire with peeing before, and I was like, damn, I will never do that again.
Yeah, never again. Oh, it was brutal.
Unless the situation calls for it.
Mm.
Like, life or death, I have to piss on this fire. Then I'm
I
on.
can't think of a situation in which that would happen.
I can.
Well, imagine, like, you're on fire.
Just
Just pee on yourself. Just fucking piss on yourself.
I feel like there are better options.
There's no water. You're in the Sahara
That is
Desert.
kind of a pump, like of water, like it is a source
Okay,
of
imagine
liquid.
you're Sharkboy.
Okay.
And Lavagirl, for some reason...
Lavagirl's giving that mad sloppy.
No. That's not...
I'm pretty sure they're both like underage.
I mean, okay, that's true. Taylor Lautner is like 30 now.
Oh, okay, whatever. But
Well, I don't want to continue the story now.
peeing on fires, just fucking.
Yeah,
Sharkboy-
I'm very
okay.
interested where you were going with this.
I was just gonna say Sharkboy caught on fire.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Boom.
I wasn't going anywhere with it.
Would I pee on Sharkboy?
Yeah, that was the question.
We've gone through a lot. Like just this episode, like it's just been a lot.
Well,
It is.
Do y'all want to start plugging shit?
Yeah,
Our social
so-
media?
I'm Tony. Most of my social media is Tony_StormSurge. You can find me there on Twitter and on Instagram. You can also find me on Instagram with my brother's history Instagram account that he and I share. We post about anything related to history. That is history.bros on Instagram.
At Instagram.com.
At Instagram.com.
History.bros.
History.bros.
Okay.
How many followers y'all got?
Like 33.
Nice.
Hey.
Hey, it's the grind though. That's
Yeah.
It is.
I think no. We have like 125 Instagram followers,
Yeah.
but that's more Twitter follow. That's more than we have Twitter followers. So
Yeah.
yeah, get on that grind. All right. Yeah. Remember, just subscribe on YouTube.
Send it to friends.
Smash that like.
Yeah, always smash the like.
Um,
Which I've been seeing. People do be smashing
yeah,
the like.
people smash the like. 5 stars on iTunes. Did I already say that? I don't know. I'm gonna say it again if I didn't.
Yeah, we're trying to get to
But-
this Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. Tuna's kind of gay T-shirts. Come on, man.
You gotta get some of that, like, premium content for the Patreons.
Yeah, that's what Kanishk was telling us too. Like, we get that premium, that good.
That Snapchat premium.
You know what we should do?
We become Snapchat dots.
Oh, please, no. Start selling
Report
your
us to the
bathwater.
ISS. To the
IRS?
IRS, yeah.
Here's what we gotta do. The premium Patreon channel is going to be a radio series of The Devil Going Down to Georgia.
Oh shit, dude, that would make it very easy to produce. We wouldn't have to actually like.
We already have everything we need.
It would just be writing and voice acting.
We might have to get started on this shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, hit us up if you were going to support this Patreon. $300 a month for level 1 subscription.
Now, level 1 subscription, that is the first episode of The Devil Going Down to Georgia. You're gonna need to level up for each subsequent episode.
No, it's Lucifer going down to Kentucky
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
to play the trumpet.
Beelzebub going to Boston.
All right.
So yeah, thank you very much for listening. Thank
Yeah.
you for being on, Tony.
This has,
Oh,
been,
thanks for having me.
this has been a wild one. I'll see
Yeah.
you later.
There's been a lot of ground covered.
Thank you. Love you, listeners. Bye.